all I can let you know is that the feud is continuing, and trust me, this I don't know where it's going to end, but I know everything that rises really comes to its calmness. And today it's all about, again, Ilebaye Mercy Ceec fans feud continues. Guys, the win of Ilebaye has not gone well in the hearts or in the heads of the fans of Ceec, especially the Spartans and Mercy, and we are collecting all this to bring it to you live here onto this channel. This is the Afro Guest Television. RD is my name. You can as well call me Broken David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're already watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that you do upload in here on a day. Guys, everything is really super messed up. People are really bringing stories and leaking videos that Big Brother might have gone ahead to cheat Ceec, whole Mercy, and I have no right to give the verdict, but I would like to share you these people exposing Big Brother on how obviously went ahead to put out results that are not really right. Do you agree with them? Yes or no? And allow me throw you into this video. And we thank God for the gift of life. It's the 3rd of October in my country, and we are obviously moving on to the best days of the final bend of the year. Over to these Spartans spitting fire to Big Brother.
One of them. I remember Ifuna, I used to see news here and there about how when she's crying out, how Nigerians will mock her. And you tell me we don't have a lot of wicked Nigerians. They are the ones saying people were bullying what's it called? People were bullying Mobad, and they are against that. But tell me, when Mobad came out the first time, what did you do? And that's the same thing you're doing to these BBN people, despite the fact that they cannot speak. All right. So, Panache, do you know who's going next?
Please, if you want to speak, can you read up your hand? I have a lot of requests.
Me.
Amara, you can.
Panache, I would suggest you let other people, as other fan bases, have an opinion as well, so that we can have diverse opinions and then counter each other with a lot of sense. And there's no need for toxicity. Let's just talk about everything on this.
To be honest, I think I agree with Comrade. Let's just focus on the essence of this space. No other fan base, nothing.
What are you saying? Other fan base now. This is not just Spartan only space. People that are going through stuff from BB Nigeria.
Okay, guys. Maybe I don't understand the essence of this. I joined this space because I wanted a total support for the person I love. That's Ceec. That was the reason I joined here.
You are right.
They should ignore names.
Ignore names. Ignore, because you guys are deep. I don't think you guys follow these tweets to see what happens, how they are insulting somebody and calling, and so like, ignore names. It's not important. We are standing Ceec. We are Spartans. We are not fans of whatever names they are calling, whatever. Ignore names. Focus on your faith. How to make her a better person. How to stand her. What we are going to do to support her.
This space is not space of how to make Ceec a better person. Panache,
it's not a better person in terms of character. How to support her work. How to
listen, Amara, let's not gaslight ourselves here.
I think you're getting it wrong. People can come and speak. You understand? But if you're trying to speak and maybe you're trying to insult somebody on this space, maybe because of who they stand, you understand? Then Spartans might actually want to come for you and say, you know what, fuck that thing. Don't speak to me like that or something like that. You get what I'm saying? So most people you can come and speak but have sense. That is what Elik is trying to tell them. Thank you. So Pretty, you can go. Please, if you want to speak, raise up your hand.
Good evening, everyone. I want to speak on that production leaked backstage video. If you notice, that video was Ceec was stopping with 27%. I remember. Then Mercy was 22%. Ilebaye was 17%. Adekule was something. I've forgotten. But then, how did they now revise this result? Carry first to the third, then carry third to this thing. Did you see the thing? Did you see the 30, 23, 23? Can you imagine? Like, are they using our head? Spartans, Ceec won. They twisted this thing. They twisted doors. These people played doors. They played on our intelligence. Like the production is conniving. Like I don't even know how to explain
Okay,
this.
I have an update. Sorry. This production video did an update. I think there's a memo that's been sent out that video that was taken backstage should be deleted on all social media platforms.
Are they mad? Is he not one of them that took the video? Now
they've already made their mistake. They're trying to correct it.
Very stupid.
Is he not one of them that made it? I'm sure they're on this space. I'm sure they're on
They
this
should also
space.
correct the result. They should correct the result too. Not only the video.
Tell us to delete the results we have. Listen,
they should
guys,
correct it as well.
Where did you see the memo? Panach.
Let me tell you the truth. I don't believe this.
I will come with. I'll send it to you.
All right, that's fine.
I don't believe this space is prioritized or focused on just Ceec. What I came on this space to do and what I will continue to do is expose the franchise of BB Naija. It is a sham, and I'm going to keep talking about it. It's not even about the winner. I wish her the best.
They probably heard us talking. That's why they quickly wrote out memo. They heard us talking.
I think they're on this space.
Let me tell you, Big Brother.
She's a human being. She deserves all the best, okay? It's not about her. I don't care about anybody. I'm here to say that Big Brother Naija as an entity must go because it's exploiting people and damaging lives. That is what I'm here to say. I'm not here advocating for anything other than that. And I will continue to speak because the show is evil. That's what I've been saying. And that's why I wanted to correct Amara. This is not about Ceec. Anybody can fall into this pit. When they turned that video camera, it wasn't just Ceec they targeted. They targeted a group of people. And these people are people that just came out. They've not even been briefed by their therapists. They've not even been taught about anything. You just want to shock them into toxicity. You want their mental health to fail? These people have not lived the reality that we have lived. We have been watching it from different angles. And let me tell you something. It's not in real time. These details are extremely edited. And there is a narrative that they are trying to sell. Ilebaye is in the room talking to Doyin, or Cross is in the hallway talking to Pere, and everything is flowing at the same time. There's a lot of manipulations going on, which I understand. The problem is that the particular production, they are out to cause problem for these people. And you can't sit down and let it go because, your fave won. Because next year, it can be another person you like that can fall into this abysmal abomination. So I will continue to speak about it. This show is evil. And I will continue, if you like say I'm crying, let me cry. It's my cry. But I will continue to say that Big Brother Naija as an entity is a sham and your votes don't count. Period.
Thank you very much. And that's why we're on this space.
No, Panache, I've not finished. I've not finished. When Tasha said that they used to rig the vote, it's now that I believe her 100%. I'm done. Thank you.
I just want to say something here to us Patals fans. Now mind no go touch ground. Now mind no go touch ground. You're like haters.
The mind of your mother will not touch ground. The mind of your father will not touch ground.
Amen.
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 Get out of here. Where do you think I probably accepted your mic because I know you are one unfortunate being. Hey, I say I get home for you people. You will be saying your favorite is badge. I Ilebaye badge. If you allow me to come for that girl, when you don't want to hear, you don't know say that 120 million of course. Big Brother and
It's okay, Panach. It's okay. Don't cause her. Move on. He's as
if I only
use themselves as sacrificial lambs that you should cause. Don't cause her. Leave her alone. Next person should speak. Since all of you want to be miserable, I will give you that time today. You've been on spaces since morning. Nobody came to your stupid spaces with your host and your co-host to interrupt. Spartans are having their space peacefully having their discussions. But because you needed to be miserable and unfortunate, you think you need to come. As you are coming, I will be serving you dinner before I sleep and go to work in the morning. Thank you. Next speaker should speak.
Next speaker, Steven.
Please drop Steven. I blocked him. He has been insulting since. He has been insulting since. Drop him.
Essay, no worry.
Essay, calm down. You're blocking the I'm an Adekunle fan. I'm not a Ceec fan.
Stop. Sorry, 1 minute. Oh yeah, Steven, go ahead.
Okay, what I analyze about this show is scripted. It's scripted. The win was rigged. This show is just like wrestling. They've already given them scripts, all of them scripts to study well. When Ilebaye came to that show, the script they gave her is bullying script. Because if you observe what happened in Level Up, which was last season, Brian and this girl was the same age. Watch how Brian moves, how he talks, how he respect people. And Ilebaye wanted to play that same script in Level Up, but she failed woefully because once they look at Brian, they will say, look at your mate. He's behaving well. Are you not the same age mate? That's why she left at the 3rd week. But she's the youngest in this All-Stars. She decided to play the script again. And anything she do, they'll say, she's bullying the housemate. How will you take Sheyi's drink? You took Sheyi's drink. Sheyi complained. You were saying, is it not Big Brother's drink? Don't I have right to take it? You took someone's drink in the locker. Is that not stealing? And when Ceec came for her, she was saying he's bullying her. Same thing she did to Soma. Same thing she did to my fave, Adekunle. Briba told Cross to go and get the phone, the techno phone. She said she's still using it. And you know how Big Brother is very strict with his instructions. So Cross did not want to get a warning or a strike. So he told her, Ilebaye, give me the phone. I want to go and return it in the diary room. Ilebaye was very lackadaisical about it. So Adekunle has to interfere. That Ilebaye, give this boy the phone. If you're the one that was the HOH, won't you have returned it? So she lashed out at, as in, I don't really understand. Right from time, I just observed now that this show, if you watch the pattern of this show, you will know that it has been scripted. Right from Lekon, White Money, now Ilebaye. You will understand the same pattern, you will understand the same flow. And me as an Adekunle fan, I will not even waste money again at all because I know that there are some board of directors, some executive that will decide your money don't count. Your money don't count. Because me, I know I was following the voting pool. That win was within Messi and Ceec. Ilebaye, even with our risers, they were nowhere to be found because I know top celebrities supporting Ceec or Messi. Well, I was surprised that Ilebaye came out the winner. Seriously. I don't really understand. Even when they said, Ceec, you are out, they gave it 10 seconds, she was shocked. If you look at the reaction on her face, she was really shocked. Please, we all know what played out. We should just tread carefully and we should not allow it happen again. But me, as for me, I've washed my hand off it. Voting and wasting my time and energy following them. No. So that's just what I want to say for now. Thank you.
Panache, thank you so much. Panache, I just wanted to say something. You know what's surprising me? If Ceec won, I don't think I'll be on any listing space trying to talk or get attention. Like, I'm seeing a lot of Baye fans crying. But anyway, I like people's tears. So please grab a mic and continue. I don't know what the cue is, so
okay. Please, can I ask a question, Panache? What do they mean by voting has been concluded, verified by whatever, then decided by Mnet? What do they mean by that?
Determined by Mnet. Determined
by Mnet. What do they mean by that?
Hey.
And now that they've chosen who they want to choose. That's what
it means. That's what it means. That means the lawyer did the right
Mnet had
thing.
their own results.
Yes.
The first thing I said, do you know what? Funny enough, let me even tell you, I didn't even hear when I was watching the live. I didn't even hear when they called out Cece's name because I was so lost in when he said determined. I was like, wait, determined. I kept asking the question. What does he mean determined? The first thing I did, I went to a Spartan's platform. I don't know if you guys saw, and I was asking, what did Ebuka mean by determined? Then they now announced her name because I knew when he said that it was just to exonerate of any nonsense that can come after. Because Deloitte didn't send anybody message. So who was the next person? You can go, please.
Please, if your hand is not up, I'll be taking people down to accepting speakers. Please, do it. Not up.
Good evening. Me, I just collected mine because of some people that are here that their fave won and they've not rested since yesterday. Because me, I'm tired. I'm telling you people, Big Brother is on this pace. Big Brother has been following Cece's pace up and down to hear what we will say. Because they know that we are the only people that is giving them back to back. 13 in one patch fan base. I went to a space, they threw me out because of what? I only said they should drag CCU. That if they are not dragging CC, that I don't support people that they don't drag. Because if you people are not 13 or 15 in one plus winner to come and drag who I'm supporting, that means I'm not supporting a star. I said it too, and they threw me off the space because they wanted me to be crying and be telling them, don't drag her. Eh? You people, you said your girl won. All you've been doing is one space to another. Looking for using CC as clickbait to come and explain to us why you're like, bro. It's giving foolish. It's giving mockery at this point. You people are making a mockery of your winning. If it's CC that won, they told Davido to come and hype your fave. Your fave see no blue. The Big Brother did this one, he no blue. Everything he no blue.
You know what called the off me? Waiting the off me, some period fans. They can't do their mouth blue,
It's
blah,
giving
blah,
stagnancy at this point.
I said this one. They know add, they know it. They know add, they know this, they know decrease. I say which kind of people.
What happen? All the space I've been to since yesterday, they will say congratulations, Ilebaye. Then they will not say, thank God CC lost. It's giving. I don't understand that kind of this thing.
It's giving anti-CC more than I love Baye. But anyways, we move.
And you know that
Messi,
if they tie bomb to you, your girl no go blow.
They still lost. Do you know what it is to hate somebody, gather your funds, everything, then you lose woefully? Mnet had to swap results. Despite all your hate. Your hate cannot boil beans.
Do you know that Messi is first runner up? They don't even compare Ilebaye to Messi. They came to third position to be comparing Ilebaye to Ceec and be disturbing Ceec up and down.
They've perched.
They don't even talk to Messi.
They've perched. Now they are 13 in one. Coming for just one person. Haba. And you people say people have star power. I say they paid Davido, you know, blow. They paid.
Do you know how? Do you also know what they do? When they are commenting on that page, they can do like 10 comments under somebody's page, like mad people, so that it will be like they are plenty. But they are not plenty. Like 5 people.
I love Ilebaye. There is what their name. I love Ilebaye. She will not put Pepe. She will do Pepe.
Only one person you will check. You'll be like, only one person that is moving mad. That's how you know that it's calories that is really working. They just blue powder and all of them just gathered there. They'll be doing God. Nothing I've seen like this.
I'm not even exaggerating. I went to a space this afternoon.
Did Juju walk through?
These people came. CC. That one came. CC. None of them spoke about the winner. This one came CC. This one, all of them, like 13 in one fan base. All of them, they tied them together. Patch.
Baye could not even trend. Like, do you know what it is? Have you ever seen it?
Let's not talk about this girl.
If we give their speaker mic now,
they are there thinking they are trending with us. Go and
give their speaker mic now. You hear what they
waiting concern Baye tribe.
No, it's not that serious. Let's not talk about her.
Panache, what's up now? Like,
all
what's
the
going
spaces
on?
you go to is Baye versus Cici, Baye versus. But there's a first runner of Messi. Why don't you compare her to Messi? Why always Cici?
When you
I
even
don't
hear
get it.
them speaking, they will leave. You're talking about by they will leave the person that won. All of them is CC they are talking about. Hi. CC, you are giving grace.
So if you're a Spartan and you don't like the place, please put it in the DM. Spartans that want to speak, can we just bring them up, Panache? Like, Spartans are actually interested in this conversation. Let's remove the ones that don't want.
I'll go now. You don't have to remove me. But if you
Okay,
guys,
thank you.
the thing is that we all have different opinions. Yeah. I am a
Sorry, Amara. What I'm trying to say is this. So now you can't control what people have to say. People are adults. That is one. Two, if you come on this space, you understand. If you know my space is actually very a general space. But when you now come and insult people untriggered, or you come and what is the discussion? The discussion is that CC, they've been insulting CC, they've been dragging CC for the longest. You understand? Nobody's on the timeline typing or mentioning anybody's name. Right now, people are in their comfort zone saying what they like. You understand? Somebody came up to speak and person was speaking calmly. Did you say any Spartan attack? No. So I don't understand this one that we should not. Okay, what do you want to talk about? If we don't talk about these things they are doing, basically.
Exactly. Then it happens again next time, and then people will come and start crying.
Exactly. So
They
it
will
is
just
what,
be crying up and down every year.
yeah. So Spanky, you can go.
You know, as much as before Spanty goes, I just want to say 10 seconds. As much as everybody here is, I'm hearing that, oh, let's not talk about these because, they're trending. The reason they're trending is because they know that there's truth to what we are saying. They can only come here and just try to counter it, but they know we're saying the truth. If not, they will not be here.
Yeah, the reason I'm even talking because this was the same energy. The day I opened space, the day they wanted to swap our position, this was the way only me was shouting. You people said, close the space, close the space, close the space. If all of us are shouted,
did you see the way mercenaries shouted? They
shouted,
came out to shout. I actually wanted people to shout. Like, I already started making tweets. But some people were actually tagging me, not now, not
that
now. Somebody,
time they were
so I
doing
was
that.
like, I just left it.
I beg. That's why myself I close and I did not talk. I beg. Spanky, you can go. Spanky, you can go. Spanky,
Panache, you muted now. You muted.
oh, sorry.
Okay. Yeah. See, like I said, like I tweeted, this show was scripted. I mean, what did the juries do from the onset of the show? They were there to determine who to go out and who should stay. So Ebuka making that comment stating that votes calculated by Deloitte and then determined by Mnet, sorry. Obviously, I mean, they have the arena, you understand? So from the onset, you could tell you don't have like it was glaring. You get it. They have everything control. I mean, which word is similar to determine is to control. Like everything that happened yesterday was scripted. From the show, from the production, they help paint that bullying narrative. Now, if you look at Ilebaye's and CC altercation, Ilebaye was the one that physically assaulted CC, but still, anything that she does, people are saying that this girl is being bullied, but she was the one bullying people, insulting people. She was bullying people verbally and then physically. But nobody yet talked about it. So, like I said, I mean, yesterday when they started, from the audience, you could actually tell that no, I mean, everything was planned. You get it. So, votes, I mean, calculated by Deloitte and then determined by Mnet. Come on, like it's obvious. It's just simple English. The jury that were introduced from the beginning of the show were there to determine who should leave and who to stay. So, in my little knowledge, I think that is what it means. Like these people already had the arena. So whatever there's absolutely nothing that anybody can do because they already knew who was going to win the show. You get it? So I think Spartan did well. You guys shouldn't, be bothered at all because it was glaring that they stole everything. Like whatever narrative that they wanted to, they did, and it's sad how things played out. Like people fall for it. You get it, and it's obvious. Like first time in history that nobody's really happy. About winning. Like you see celebrities and all these people, they are not really. Talking about Lebaye's with it. So that should even tell you something that this thing was rigged. You get it. So Big Brother has been a scam from the onset. That is how the show has been. Like you could tell that anytime there was a final, from the audience, nah, this thing will go this way. This thing will go this way. That has always been how it has been, like from day one. From how they started to season 8, from the audience you could tell. So when it started, I said, nah, it's buying me. Like everybody was shouting, buy, buy. Are you telling me that Messi don't have mercenaries to go and then shout Messi's name? Are you telling me that Spartans don't have Sisi don't have Spartans to go there to also chant Sisi's name? So you could tell, like it was obvious. So you guys just chill and just see the way forward. Everything was just scripted. The bullying part, they didn't show so many stuff. Like this girl was provocative, like provoking people, poking people here and there. And what they show is people having, interaction, like what they are going to plan, what they are going to do again. This girl, like, just reacted. And it's not live. You could tell that it's not live. They choose to show what they want to show we the viewers. It's not live. It's only a eviction show and certain. Whenever they are having their attacks, their Friday attacks, and that you could tell that it's live. Where Big Brother will tell when you are going for a commercial break, Big Brother will tell them to freeze. But this show is not live. They show us what to see and what not to see. Cast your mind back when Alex and Perry had their fight. You could tell that we didn't see how the whole thing started until Big Brother played everything. How Alex started the whole fight stuff. That is when Perry retaliated by pulling Alex off from the bed. So this thing is just scripted. Everything is scripted. They choose to show what we want to see. You get it. There are certain conversations they wouldn't let us see. Like it's so. So I'm not surprised that it turned out this way. So Panache, that is it.
So who are you
Panache, I'm
supporting
done.
normally? Like what? I'm just curious to know who you're because I like the way you sound.
I didn't have faith for some funny reason. I wanted Venita to win because of her creativity. Like she was all
Okay.
rounder to me, but I didn't have faith. Like I was just tweeting randomly, whatever comes to mind. I just tweet. I didn't have faith this season. Unfortunately for me, my previous faith, Erica and Erica wasn't part, so I was just watching like with an open mind. I just tweet my mind and then go. So guys, it is what it is. This show will continue be scripted.
Raise up your
So
hand.
that is
Panache, sorry, I have an update. Somebody just went to my tweet and tweeted to me and explained that yes, we are correct. What we are saying here is correct. That Deloitte will calculate, then Mnet will determine that it's 60 to 40. Our votes will be just 60%. Then Mnet will now do 40%.
Huh?
But they didn't tell us that. Like
that's what the person explained, that Mnet actually determines, that Mnet also votes, just like the jury votes, that Mnet will also vote.
exactly that is where the jury came. Like the jury determined who to leave and who to stay. So it has always been like that.
But they should let people know before people go and put their money into that.
But now you know. That's what I'm talking about. We need to spread awareness. People need to know that votes don't matter.
What is 40%? 40% is a whole lot. 40% is
Even
a whole lot.
Then you're
Then
spending
we
your
vote
hard-earned
60%.
money.
We vote 60%. The Mnet votes 40%. That's
yeah,
what they explained.
yeah.
The fuck is that?
Reason I started my statement by referring to the jury. That jury came there to determine who should stay and then who should.
Sorry, Spanky that had to mute your apologies. Even when they want to disqualify housemate, I didn't just want to put out that information. But since somebody has said it, even when they want to disqualify housemate, they vote. You understand? And one of the people that is going to vote self is going to be the top sponsors. You understand? And I think Money Point, I appreciate Money Point because even yesterday, Money Point got to say, okay, why don't you want these people to enter? Why are you having people linger around? You understand? Like let them enter, like, but those people that know they knew what they wanted to do yesterday on that final allowed more of Ilebaye's fans in because it's more of an instruction. It's a span of control. You get what I'm saying? So even when you want to disqualify me, they come and they vote. Okay, should this person go? Should this person not go? You understand what I'm saying? Yes. So even I think the major sponsors to have a stake in deciding okay who should go and who should stay. But for this Mnet, I don't maybe they're part of the deciding people. So okay, let's give it to Ilebaye, let's give it to this person. And you understand? And because one of the reasons why they would have given the win to Ilebaye, they'll say, oh, she's young, she's in her prime, blah 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 blah. They come up with a lot of useless factors and they put it and box it up under popularity vote. You understand what I'm saying?
The one when you rob people of their vote and their money.
No,
it's money that we use.
That should actually be clear. Like
it's
everyone
money we use.
that people know if they want to invest, right? Wow,
Yeah.
that's a lot. 40%. Wow.
Yeah,
it's money people use their money, their hard-earned money to vote. So you can't just rob them off and go and vote. Then Mnet should also bring their money to vote. They should bring their money to vote, not just determining things.
Because humans have bias, right? They're already there and they already know who they want. So if you're taking a whole chunk of 40%, I see. Let me tell you, it's even better if they do their own 40%, but don't manipulate the results. I think what they do
you know
is
what Ebuka is a lawyer.
So they do the 40% thing and they go manipulate it to look like it was true. Like, why don't you just own it? Okay, we did 40%, but this was the actual result, so that people will know. Like, people will know.
That means that video or that photograph that has been, that picture that has been trending, that's the real result. That I believe that's the real result. Before Mnet determined. Before Mnet determined. And again, I want to say something. Ebuka is a lawyer.
Can we
wait now.
Wait now. To get
let me finish. Let me finish. Ebuka is a lawyer, so he's very careful. That's why they are using him. He's very careful with what he says. That's why I said determined. Ebuka said it like 3 times. Determined by Mnet. Calculated by Deloitte, determined by Mnet, so that in case you want to take them to court, you say, but I said it. I said determined.
Collated by Deloitte, then determined.
Verified by MultiChoice and.
Okay,
who verified? Who verified? He said 3 things. He said collated, verified, and determined. It's only that determined that I took interest.
Fina is like, in as much I'm not in Fina stand. Fina is like Portable. You understand? You cannot be like this. That is why the babe have been coming and saying, oh, this. Do you know that White Money's eviction? It was not supposed, even if I don't fuck with him. But I think they had an agreement. You understand? I think pertaining the food and stuff. But since they were not doing this thing, they have to remove him from the show.
And again, White Money challenged Big Brother. Remember when he said, "This is not what we discussed in the beginning. I need to talk to you privately, Big Brother."
Contract differs, especially for people that are with. You understand?
White Money wanted to even do voluntary exit. It was like, this is not what we planned. Big Brother, I need to talk to you privately, off camera. He challenged Big Brother. Maybe that's why they removed him.
So do you know what they said? So the shows, tell me that everybody's seen that the show had a lot of loopholes, discrepancies and stuffs. So you get what I'm saying? So
even at the point too, Messi wanted voluntary exit. They all knew what they planned.
No, the reason why Messi wanted voluntary exit, you understand, was because she noticed that Ilebaye was the production pet. So it means she got the memo, she wanted the exit. Because she too, she has been in Ilebaye, she was production pet too. So she could tell that, this person...
And the way that thing trended that day, the way Big Brother defended Ilebaye for that game master. Big Brother said it is Big Brother's rules. Big Brother can change the game at any time. Big Brother can do this. Big Brother can do that. The thing trended.
I want
Like
to talk about
they
that.
not make them anything. You
Essay,
see
I
all
want to
the
talk
girls, they
about
were
that.
like jealous of her.
Well, hold on, guys. I want to talk about that thing Essay just mentioned now. I want to, almost like go over it with every other person, because what I've come to understand is that not everybody has the comprehensive skills to assimilate and understand this thing from the perspective of those housemates. Essay just mentioned that what Big Brother did on that day was so disgusting. First of all, you know that these housemates are isolated. They don't have phones. They don't have anything, any form of distractions apart from tasks or, food or just interactions. So you bring a new task for them, and in the box, Ilebaye conveniently removes the title of game master from her box. And then there was an issue of whether or not she picked the game master position normally, like they normally do, or she just it just happened to be that she cheated. And the girls were confused because they asked her,
No,
and
this time, this time, I would need to be very, very honest and be very candid. This is not the first time Big Brother is doing all those kind of things. Even when she Fraud won veto power in the season, he was not supposed to win veto power. Fraud was not supposed. They changed it and put it in Fraud's box. You understand? So all
the
these things.
problem with what the Biggie did was that I'm not explaining whether it's something that's happened before or not. What I'm explaining is that the housemates' reaction, people were angry with their reaction. They are inside the space, and for them, they feel like this is not a norm. Since the beginning of the show, this has never been a case where people you just randomly pick. And in the brief, it was stated that it is on lock, the same way they've been doing it subsequently. So yes, you come out and you shame them and tell them you have the discretion of changing the rules, but that was not what they initially thought. They were of the opinion that it was still the same way it was meant to be. But then you're shaming these people and trying to create a narrative on top of them. This is what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that the show itself is evil. And I don't know why some people are beginning to say I'm looking at comments and it's humiliating because it just shows the level of the IQ level of people on this space. A lot of people here are daft. I'm sorry, I will say the truth. You can't even comprehend what people are saying. You think it's an attack on your faith when the main problem is the show, the entity itself. It is toxic, it is bullshit. And I'm not even saying that Ilebaye doesn't deserve her win. Like I've said before, thank God it's a recorded. I said good for her. She should go and thrive. But the problem is that the show itself breeds toxicity and a lot of exploitation goes on. So much rubbish is manipulated. Your votes don't count. They're like, okay, look at Essay just said, explain something to us now. That even there's a disclaimer that Ebuka rushes through when he speaks, where he says it's been calculated by Deloitte and determined by Mnet. What that means as a solicitor is that yes, you've voted, but they will still decide. So basically, what we're saying is true. So basically, everything we are saying is true. It's not your votes that matters. It's not about your voting. There are some executives that sit down and decide what they want because yes, they sponsor the show. They bring billions out for the sponsorship, so they deserve to have an opinion. So if you're gonna say, "Oh, we are crying," it's almost like you're shooting yourself in the foot because what we are trying to get you to understand is to bring awareness to the fact that the show is a scheme to just exploit young people, use them, spit them out when they are done, and move on to the next person. And the major people who are even
Then destroy viewers, destroy our money and our votes. They just
and I'm
destroy it.
about to say that the second exploited people are the viewers. Because whether you like it or not, you're being exploited. You're sold a narrative that you think is real. It's not real, it's fake. And then you're led to believe it's real because obviously they manipulate you and then they give you the impression you spend your hard earned money, you vote, and then you're surprised at what you're seeing. I was going to ask a question. Essay, you know what? Yeah, since Deloitte is an international corporation, meaning that I believe all their data should be synchronized to their headquarters in London.
Yeah, you can probe them actually, but you don't want to
Definitely,
Show us the results.
definitely.
No, you can probe them,
Yeah,
but
we
it's
want
the
to
court
probe.
process.
Because you're not going to mess with some certain people. You're very stupid if you think you can mess with certain people. Yes, call us wailers and criers. We're going to get to the roots of it. Since it's determined by
No,
Mnet,
but wait, wait, let me tell you something. You know they are working for, Mnet or whatever, multi-choice, they hired them. So they will not tell you anything. They will tell you to go to multi-choice.
I am not probing. We will not probe.
No, but if you get if you get a court order, that can actually
listen to what I said. I didn't say Deloitte in Nigeria. Deloitte is an international, like it is. That is a branch.
Yes, international.
If you check the website of Deloitte, there are over. Do you know how many Deloitte exist in this world? There's Deloitte in Bangladesh, in America, in different countries. They have a system. The main system in the headquarters is in London. So if it's possible to be probed, it needs to be probed, because you know what it is. These people are playing some very dirty games, and it's gone for too long enough.
You know the one I would think. No, I get you, but let me just tell you something, right? The long route, because I don't know how. See what I'm thinking? I'm actually thinking the best way to handle this is just create awareness, putting it out there for people. The power of the media in Nigeria is very strong, and that's why BB Nigeria engaged in that as well.
Let them know that your
let me just finish what I want to say, guys. Sorry, let me just I'll be fast. So if you want to make a statement, allow people that still feel like, okay, you know what? Who's that? I might just throw this idiot away. Allow people that feel like if they want to go, they will go. Like to me, I'm okay with that. Everyone, you're an adult, you should be able to make your decisions. But those people that don't know, let me just remove the idiots. Those people that don't know, let them be aware so that if they want to go and they see the consequences that can come from that, then they will make the right decisions. We just don't want people to fall into this trap and say, okay, you know what, there are people that are going to support for me. A lot of us here, if you knew that after voting 40% will be taken, if that's the truth, if 40% will be, you will not vote, you will not spend your money. See how they were raising funds. Oh, bring money, bring this, bring that. Companies were donating, because they invested in someone, and then at the end of the day you try to throw that away. No, that is criminal. That is actually criminal, and that has to be contested.
That's what they did with the jury as well in the beginning, but that one was the lower two, the bottom two or bottom three. So that one didn't really
work the way they wanted, because the time that Kidwaya was out, I don't think it was Kidwaya that they wanted to come out. I feel like who they thought the jury would save did not happen. That was why they quickly scrapped that one. If you remember, it was Kidwaya. I think maybe what's this other person's name? Yeah, and T-Badge. They left T-Badge there because they said they wanted to see the sheep version, right? So I think when they saw how that was going and how people cried out, they were like, okay, you know what, we're going to get rid of this. But there should be transparency. If you notice all through the show, inconsistencies in the games, in everything. Like, you couldn't just have a book, like a rule book, and say, okay, this is how it's going to go. And they use this thing to say, oh, it's Big Brother's house. It's our house. Like, come on, that's like
Big Brother can change the rules at any time.
Yes, you're bullying people, and Nigerians they are used to suffering.
Not just bullying people.
They don't even know. Nigerians are used to suffering. Big Brother US, they are paying Big Brother US contestants $750,000. They still treat them like human beings. Do you know what 750K is? How many 120K is inside? Go and check. And second prize also has a gift. So even if they don't even suffer them like this, they don't. Nigerians,
it's true. Big Brother in Europe, first, second, and third. They have prizes. First, second, and third.
Nigerians, you're used to torture, and then Baye is still not going to get this money. FINA fans, how far? How do you feel that this girl has not gotten the money and yet she's subjected to so much drugs? I don't even support FINA. Baye tribe, you don't even have sense to come and support your girl and say, okay, you know what? Is she going to get the money? Do you know why they're already begging? Look at. That's begging. Look at the Jumbotron. They're begging.
Sorry,
they're begging.
You don't expect anything from bias. I'm sorry. I'm not here to drag a certain demographic, but I've come across a lot of them. Even in the comment section, they are so embarrassing. I just saw this girl here who was laughing. I think she's left now. I went through her tweets and you
Yeah, I
could
booted her out.
yeah, you put it out, but you know, I went through her media and I saw her actually complaining about the same discrepancy. So it's like they are so dumb. Like it's such an embarrassment. They are so daft. She was complaining weeks ago about the same discrepancies that we're complaining about. The narration was not as she remembered or she recalled, and she was complaining about it. Then here she is trolling us because quote unquote Ilebaye won. When the issue is not about somebody winning, but the fact that the entity in itself is toxic, is demonic, it does a lot of things to people's life. It uselesses people. But instead of you to look at the bigger picture, you're so daft and docile. You're so stupid and inequipped to comprehend the fact that this show is toxic and it brings people, this your faves you love so much, it can literally turn their lives into a living nightmare. You're not even fixated on the most prioritized issues. What we are talking about, what you're focused on is, yeah, she won. And then what? What is she won? Fina, I will drop a link into this Jumbotron for you to go and read a past winner. This girl just won last year. He has
Sorry,
not gotten paid.
hold on.
He has not gotten paid.
Hold on, please. I just sent a DM to Moral because she's a lawyer. So I want her to come and give us 2 cents about that, the Deloitte thing and the verified by Hemnet, blah 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 blah. You understand? So let me accept. Let me invite Moral to speak. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry, before the next speaker speaks. Speaking about, I don't know. Me personally, I don't even have to. I have better things to literally exhaust my energy on, honestly speaking, right? The only thing I might just give you a few minutes if you want to move mad and give your thoughts when I have time. The funniest thing I heard was they were literally hosting space yesterday. They withdraw comrade, and I've been waiting. I've even tweeted a lot of times. You withdraw comrade. Oh God of mercy. Your mothers and your fathers at home, they will pity you. This same, is it the same comrade or which other comrade? I've literally waited. I'm like, where are these people that want to drag comrade? I've tweeted. I've even told them, call host, I'm waiting for you. I never say anything. See, if he didn't day, he didn't day. If it's not there, it's not there. You can't force it. You can't force it. You people are just bunch of people that moved along with a bad wagon. And I told there are a few friends outside Twitter, like a bunch of my people don't even know I'm here. And I say it a lot of times. I can't give except maybe very few of them. I can't give my close friends my Twitter hands or probably my family. They don't even know, right? But there are people I literally have intelligent conversation with outside Twitter. And I spoke with few of them yesterday that on this whole BBN winner and all of that. And I told them, this person you supported, right? What was the rationale? What was the basis? First week, second week, or even when this person came on stage, did you have the idea that you were going to support this person? They said no, right? Obviously, it was the bandwagon. They felt she was bullied based on the social media noises and all of that, and which is okay. There's no problem with that. It's a show. One person will win and they'll keep it moving. But there are certain how will I place them? How will I place them? I don't want to. I'm just trying to be as much as picky on my words, right? There is this head mentality, among we Nigerians, or whatever we see on social media, we believe it's true, and then we keep it moving and all of that. It doesn't even stop at that for them. They are just bunch of retarded human beings. They are retards. They don't really think outside the space of what is really happening. If you share an opinion, they will think it's literally out of, maybe you being spiteful or probably you just hating. I've literally sat down and spoke with people supporting different housements this season. There's somebody on this space, I don't need to call his name, outside, he doesn't even do Twitter banters. He supported the winner that actually won. We had a very good conversation on WhatsApp. We had a forth and back a lot number of times, and it ended beautifully well, right? But a bunch of our supporters are just silly as human beings that even in real life, they can't see you and stand in front of you and not even on this online. You think comrade is part of people you come at and you say you jack comrade, and comrade will cower or I'll be intimidated. I will not talk or I will not tweet. Millions of you, thousands of you, they never born you where. Your mama, your papa on this Twitter, you now go just cry. Not the way now go to last, you now go say he's gay, he's out on social media. You don't, because you don't even know me in real life. and you will never know me. You will forever be a keypad warrior. You will forever be an online ranter. You will never meet me. So all those your speculations, all those your shouts and your noises, you keep it to your base. This comrade has stayed since the time of 16 in 2018. Move to Maria, move to Erica, move to Thatcher, move to Brian Tabang. This is now comedy again. You say, you now go wrong, kete kete. So all these ones, people are saying, just shouting with you people, me, I don't have time. And I've told you people, when you are ready, you want to do a comedy, just send invite to me or ask me. I will visit you peacefully and I'll give it to your father, hot. Me, I don't have time. So, CC ties, panache, and that was why I say, well, I don't even understand why people give them the audience to come in your space and speak.
Comrade, please, comrade, please, I had to quickly invite Morale because
sorry, 30 seconds. Let me just get done. I don't know why you give them the audience to come to your space and speak. They are bottom barrels. They can't comprehend. You can't have reasonable conversation with them, and you give them mics to come and speak on your space. Please ignore them. They don't even matter. They can't stand with you, not online, not offline. Thank you, I beg.
Okay, thank you, comrade. Morale.
Panache, how are you doing?
Fine, yeah.
Good evening, how's it going?
Fine. Yeah, the reason
Good
why
evening to every one of you. How are you guys doing?
Hi,
Spartans
Moral.
and co-Spartans. Good evening to you people. All right, Panache, what's up?
Yeah, Elik.
Yeah, I can hear you.
So,
Okay,
you know,
calculated by Deloitte, determined by Mnet. What does it
Mnet,
mean? Wow.
is it calculated by Deloitte?
I mean,
Collated
collated by Deloitte and determined by Mnet. What does that mean?
Is that a ground for you to say, okay, I can charge this person to court? Or is it a ground for you to say, oh, because now information is saying that most of them, they say they have 40%, they have like obviously vote, then
No, they explained on my TL that the vote, when they were listening to us debating it here, so somebody explained it on the TL and said that the vote is 60 to 40%. 60%
Let us
for
give a
viewers.
disclaimer. Assuming that is true.
With 60% for viewers and then 40% for Mnet. That's maybe the sponsors or whatever. They will not still vote again like the jury on who they want their winner to be. Because Ebuka always says collated by Deloitte and determined by Mnet. So what does that mean in law?
Okay. So when they say collated by, based on what you just said right now, when they say collated, it means they only contracted Deloitte to help with the vote management, right? Independently, so that it doesn't look as if the vote has been tampered with. And that's why you get reputable consultants like this Big Four to come and audit it and be sure that yes, they actually transmit the right vote, or your vote is properly represented. So that's what collated means. Now, determined by Mnet is basically saying that Mnet takes the decision at the end of the day. So Deloitte is just a contractor that's just been given that, has just been contracted or engaged to help with that independent transparency of vote collation and vote reporting. However, Mnet actually takes the decision with respect to what they do with the votes and how they manage, how that vote transitions to whatever decisions they want to make in terms of probably giving the ownership, the winner, or the positions that they want to give to. So that's what it means. Now, the only question I'm going to ask.
Okay.
So the only question I'm going to.
Something leaked from Deloitte saying that this was the figure. Then after the thing came out, we saw something else. That's why we are asking you this question.
Okay, so now, if Deloitte collated the result and transmitted it to Mnet, and now Mnet is misrepresenting what the actual result is, because Deloitte actually is supposed to be the one to undo the transmission of results, right? It's like INEC collating the results, right? Now, so if the results Deloitte has given is different from what Mnet is actually publishing on their website, that's a misrepresentation. It's a mess.
So are they exonerated by making that statement? Is there
Do they have the power to
determine? It doesn't exonerate them, because if you are telling the public to vote and now the public has voted and now you can manipulate the vote or tamper with the vote, then obviously there's something called fraudulent misrepresentation, because you deliberately.
Sorry, let her finish, please.
You've deliberately misled the public that the power of their vote would be transparently, done and actually represented. And that's why you've engaged the likes of a reputable consultant, so that you are giving the confidence to the voters that, look, your vote will not be tampered with. We would not manipulate it. That's why you have an external third party to come in to do that for you, and not just any external third party, but one that is reputable, that has the name to protect. So if that's the case, and then they give you that result, and then what you're giving to publishing to the world is different from what Deloitte has actually transmitted, and that's fraudulent misrepresentation, which could be grounds for aggrieved voters who have voted under the guise of what you've actually, guaranteed that it will be transparent, and they've spent their money, spent their time in doing it, and what you've done is to fraudulent, and then it is grounds to actually sue. There's a contractual breach to it, and you can sue for fraudulent misrepresentation.
Or we can come and make it a class action.
Yeah, it could be in form of a class action. But yes, it could be in form of a class action. Because
remember that this is something like wait, Mora, I want to ask you a question.
Work in Nigeria. Honestly,
you know that this is what the jury was doing.
Class action works anywhere in the world. Class action works anywhere in the world.
We can be 100 of us to sue.
It's class action is just multiple interested people.
We can get a subpoena to Deloitte to release their own results to us. We can get a subpoena from the court to ask Deloitte to release their own to us. With that, if it matches, because obviously Deloitte, like I explained before, Deloitte it has a reputation to protect no matter what, and I believe their system runs,
and it's not in Nigeria, it's worldwide. It's
worldwide. So it's to find out if we can probe them and get them to release theirs, and then compare it with what was released to the world as the final result. And if it's the same, then okay. If it's not, then we're going to take multi-choice to that's as individuals.
No, but I think they have. I think they don't. You don't have the right to go to them directly because they were hired by Mnet. What do you think?
No, but the court can.
So can I say something? No,
you can look at why are they getting access to
can I say something?
School certificates? How are they getting access to it?
Sorry, yes, they were hired by Mnet, but on a show that you've also put your money into it. So there's something called interest in the party. I mean, your interest is that you've spent money and time into something. You've hired a subcontractor to help with it. You can actually subpoena the subcontractor if he thinks he actually tampers with your interest. And they would have to respond to it. Because don't forget, what you're fighting for is the vote, which is your interest, which is the money you've paid and the time you've paid for it. And so if that's the case, then you actually have an interest to tell the court to subpoena Deloitte to actually release the result.
So, I'm sorry, I have a question for you, Morale. In terms of this franchise thing, let's just say the subpoena is successful, and then you find out that there was rigging. Can they lose the franchise name? Because I believe franchise, you get license, you pay to maintain it, and if you do not uphold the standard, so I just want to know: is it possible that they can lose the standard franchise? Because that's what I think makes it show.
So it depends on. So franchising also has a contractual agreement between the franchise owner and those that actually leasing out the franchise to. Now, I guess certain things are part of the things that they would also put as grounds to actually lose franchises if you actually cause reputable damage to the name of the brand, right? But it's not for you to be the one to tell the court that they should lose their franchise. I think it's going to be between the parties to those franchise agreements that will determine whether or not what these people have done to an extent has caused reputable damage to their brand, and if that's ground for termination of contract.
Awesome. I love this response. So that means if we have enough evidence, and as Nigerians or interested across the world, Africa, anywhere, you present that to Big Brother franchise. If they want to take action, then they can. Right? So, okay.
Yeah, they have that discretion to take action.
I don't believe our issue with
Deloitte. They have discretion to take, They have discretion to take action under the terms of what their franchise is about. So when they say look, independent, collated, and verified, it's not the same. Collated by Deloitte, you actually, to an extent, subcontracted a third party. And don't forget, it's all about representation. to the public of what you're trying to do with your platform, to get their confidence that, okay, the money and the time they spent or the hard work they put into something would not be jeopardized or would not be mismanaged or misrepresented. That's the ground for you bringing in an external party like Deloitte to do this. So if the result from Deloitte is quite different from the result that MultiChoice has actually published, that is serious contractual breach. A class action, and trust me, there could be huge damage, remedial damage that could actually be instituted against MultiChoice for that
I
matter.
want to ask
That's a
another
previous thing.
question. I want to ask another question. Okay, what if, just like when they made the Ilebaye game master, what Big Brother said, it is Big Brother's game. Big Brother can change the rule at any time, blah, blah, blah. What if they have an agreement
Change the rule within, you can change the rule within the game, not change the result. Do you understand? There are two things. Change your rules.
What if you have this 60% to 40% thing that they said our vote is just 60%? The 40% is for Mnet to not determine who they want.
So question is, if this is what they are saying, did they actually at any point in time publicize it to the viewers that this is the rule for their own game, that it's 60% determined by voters and 40% determined by third parties or by
they even hide percentages from us
because
they don't allow us to see our percentages.
Because if they did not actually expressly put that out for the voters to let them know that, look, your vote would not amount at the end of the day, or your vote would not count at the end of the day, is still determined to an extent by some of their own, decision making, or it's still subjective, it is no more objective. Then if they did not actually represent it out to the public or to the viewers at the point when they're actually launching out the show, then that is what you call you hiding information, right? You've deliberately not
misrepresentation, right?
Yeah, it's misrepresentation to an extent. Yeah, that's it. And that also grounds for remedial damage too also. So it's a question that, but the onus will be on you to prove that, yes, indeed, what they represented to the viewers is their vote that would count, and is their vote that would determine those, the winnings at the end of the day.
Please, who is that?
Who is this?
Remove that person. Who is that? Who is that?
I just want to ask a question. Is Deloitte a franchise? Does anybody, Moral, are you aware if Deloitte is a franchise or it just has branches?
It's not a franchise. Deloitte actually is a consulting firm that has branches all over the world.
So I want
they have all over
that
the
their
world.
data is cumulated from in Nigeria. However, this in the system, it should be up in the headquarters in London, isn't it?
Well, no, it all depends on, you could know. I don't think that's how it works, because depending on which of the branch of Deloitte actually gets a particular job or is being engaged, right, on a particular job, I don't think the headquarters will be the one to start making decisions. They have partners. That's why you have partners, right, up to it. But in this case, if Deloitte were to be found wanting in terms of malpractices or misrepresentation of something, it's also, there's something called goodwill. And one of the things that this consulting firm enjoy is goodwill. And that's where they make their revenue from. That's where they bill excessively over the third tier consulting or second tier consulting firm on the grounds of goodwill that they would not play any hanky-panky. So it's a name equitable, it's worldwide. And I don't think they will want to soil their hands over how much it is MultiChoice is paying for this particular show. Because Deloitte ordinarily, the kind of accounts they handle worldwide, they handle lots of accounts for PepsiCo, Fortune 100 companies, right, in the US, and also very reputable companies in the world, even in the food seats in the UK. They would not in any way jeopardize their name for it. And that's why I think it was very clear that they made it known that they would not be part of whatever decision if it's contrary to what they're saying. And that's why MultiChoice had to put it out there. Because when Able does say, independently computed by Deloitte, it's a way to assure the crowd that whatever votes that's come out has been done transparently. That's what it's like, putting it out there to make people understand. It's not just a disclaimer. It's just, it's a way of putting it. So if anything goes wrong and there's a public action or a suit that actually would jeopardize. Dealers to take it very seriously, irrespective of whether it's a Nigerian or
But after that, independently computed, collated by Deloitte. After that one, he normally says, but determined by Mnet. He adds determined by Mnet.
So that's a way. So I guess that's a way Deloitte has, made them try to exonerate them. Do you understand? Because when you use the word Deloitte, people feel, yes, this is someone that, this is a company that is reputable and would not play any hanky panky. So if it's now saying determined by Mnet, is that there has to be a caveat to protect Deloitte at any point in time if incidents of this nature arises. Because you cannot blame Mnet. Deloitte. Deloitte did their job, transmitted the results based on what they said.
Deloitte is just what they want to do, but whatever you choose to do with the results is up to you. But
it's up to you, and that's why that disclaimer was given, so that you don't put Deloitte in it, because they are not the ones, So, and that's why I said from inception, what was the rule of the game and what did they represent to the world? Did they represent to the world that your vote matters and your vote will determine the person that would win? If that's the rule of the game, forget about its biggest rule. Biggest rule only relates to the game in the house. But when it comes to winning, which is what you've assured the public, then you have to be expressly clear as to what the criteria for winning is. If the criteria for winning is voting, the highest vote, then you cannot at any point in time now change it and say, no, it has to be determined by you. That is misrepresentation and is grounds for contractual remedial
Okay, so how come?
Excuse me, I have a very important question I need to ask Moral, please. Moral, with regards to this thing that was just put on the Jumbotron, someone said data mining, data privacy breach really going on with the BBM franchise. Imagine all your data and personal information out there in the public at risk due to IUC leaks. Man, this is crazy. Okay, so with regards to this thing here, I don't know, since you're a lawyer, I don't know if you're informed if there's any new legislation in Nigeria that upholds the privacy of people's private data. Because obviously with these data leaks and all these IUCs that spread, this is a serious issue, because
if indeed they sell your personal information to organizations for their own data mining, then there's privacy laws that state. Nigeria has privacy law, just that it's not as strong as what you have in the UK.
In the United Kingdom,
in EU, yeah, it's very strong in EU and US. Privacy laws are taken very seriously, and if it's ever found that the company actually sells personal information of people, it's serious contract. In fact, I think people pay a lot of money for it. It's a lot of money.
Just to go and figure it out if there are actual legislations that have been upheld, because I know that there are recent ones.
No, there are, but the question is how strong is it? And I think every law, it's not about law, every law can be tested, right? Even if it's, as long as if it is there, then you have grounds to use. And I think Nigeria does have privacy law.
The fans want to go forward with the class
but
action.
The honest of proof is, how sure are you that there is data leakage? Is it confirmed?
My IUC was taken. I have proof of it. My IUC was taken, and I know about 4 other people that the IUCs have been taken, and I know there are more people that will come forward. Uti complained about the same thing. He said his IUC, someone synchronized his IUC with a number he doesn't know. So these are
someone in Ghana. I saw a Ghanaian one number on my own.
Sorry, guys.
Someone in Ghana used my own.
In 30 seconds, please. Just round up in 30 seconds. There's something I have to read. We have to take some comments from people that are sending. Thank you. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay, so what I'm saying is that please, we need that is another class action that is coming up, because this one they can't deny. They mine IUCs and sell for money, and this is an infringement on people's personal data, and they have to go down for it. And if you're interested, please send me a DM, because we are moving forward with this.
Thank you so much. So let me just quickly read comments that we've seen across the timeline on people's opinions. The first one, I've put it on the Jumbotron, Miss Harry Pricey. Multi-choice Big Brother Naija Crude cast. They are biased and not suitable to host a reality show. They just use and dump their people, wicked people. I have blocked them on all social media and blocked 198 station on my DSTV. I'm gonna read the next person. This one is Arika Mara. Surely Cece realized that that glass falling on her tie constitute negligence on multi-choice and Big Brother's part. But she's not going to sue their misogynistic behinds because despite their better efforts, she's not the bitter villain they want her to be. Okay? All right. And I'm going to read another comment before we carry on. The final one is from Omali Chanwa. You know multi-choice as losing integrity and work ethics when they cannot respect the privacy of housemates or behind the scenes of their BB Niger franchise. They chose a blonde girl as winner and not one including their host, and no one including their host was happy about it and chose to now black shade housemates. I really don't know what the black shade means, but I just wanted to read that out. So thank you so much. You guys can carry on. Moral, please, do you want to go ahead?
No, Moral, I think she left too.
Oh, okay. All right. So thank you so much. Panache, what's the queue so that the people that want to speak can go on?
If you want to speak, please, can you read? Okay, Moral is still here. Moral is still here. Do you want to ask her a question? Let me invite her to speak.
Oh no, I don't know if anybody wants to, but I think I'm good. Like I really like the insights she gave. For me, I was just very interested in the franchise thing.
Yeah.
I think the show is nothing without their name, and if we have proof and we take all these to BB in the Big Brother franchise, I think they can actually look into things because at the end of the day, you're not gonna work hard to build your reputation and allow some people to just try to tarnish it off their greed, and not even for something substantial, for peanuts. Because if you look at it, can you compare 750K that they are giving in the US plus the second prize and third prize to what they are giving in Nigeria, where they want to just mess up the whole franchise? I mean, come on. Can they host this show if they don't have that name? Can they come and say, okay, Ireland or Nigeria, just call one name, Nigeria show, and then people will come and sit down and watch? No.
Somebody say what Ebuka says in verbatim. The vote count and ranking of contestants have been independently computed by Deloitte and confirmed against the vote results determined by Mnet.
Exactly. Vote results determined by Mnet. So Mnet
No,
has
you don't
determined.
listen. I don't understand.
Can you
this.
repeat it again, Panache, please?
The vote count and ranking of contestants have been independently computed by Deloitte and confirmed against the vote results determined by Mnet.
So what they're saying is confirmed against the vote result means that whatever it is that Deloitte has computed is confirmed and it has to align with the vote determined by Deloitte. So meaning for me, the way I interpret it to mean is that winning has to be based on majority or who wins the highest of votes. That's the way it's supposed to be, and that's the way I understand this particular expression to be. And that's what I know that Ebuka normally would say. This part of verified by Mnet or whatever it is, something that it was relatively new. And that's why when you mentioned it, it raised a bit of suspicion in my mind because that's not what Ebuka normally would say in his shows. So what Panache just said is what Ebuka normally would say. Question is, does anybody have a clip of how Ebuka announced this current winner to be able to know what exactly he said? Because that then would now determine what changed from the norm and this particular
I heard determined by the
yesterday. I heard determined by Mnet. Yesterday.
Okay, can you so I think
twice.
if you can, so this is where the powers of subsequent editions where they've shown it, where I mean for the finale, if you can find previous editions where they've announced the winner and what he has said and what Ebuka has said in this segment, then that's actually grounds to start investigating if there is something suspicious going on.
And apart from that, let me just say something. I'm going to put a tweet of Showmax responding directly to me. This is not hearsay. So Showmax tweeted made a tweet one time, and they tried to misrepresent CC's statements. And I went there and I put the video, right? Showmax responded to me and said, "You can't trust everything they say in that house." With the video. Are you I'm going to just put it so that you can judge for yourself and that you will know the kind of people you're dealing with. Sorry, who is next? You can go.
Okay. Hi guys.
This place fresh. Wait, see. Fresh Baye tribe. How did you enter here? How did you get here?
Okay, can I speak now?
No, you can't.
You leave, wait, let it speak.
But I'm the one supposed to go
So,
out as
guys,
moral.
sorry.
Hold on, please, Deep.
So I'm not here to insult anybody. Maybe Ruby, but I'm not here to insult anybody.
Boy,
I'm just sharing my opinion. Here's my opinion.
I won't insult anybody here. You yourself, you know. So continue. So what happened to his network? He has gone down.
Somebody said, "Oh, I would be glad if you can subpoena Deloitte." I hope you understand that the VPN platform or the show, the fact that you actually vote or you contribute money to voting, impliedly there's a contractual agreement between you and MultiChoice to an extent on this particular show as a voter. So if you are saying that, that means you have interest, and all you need to show is interest. If you show interest, there's no way, there's nobody you cannot subpoena if you need to demonstrate certain things that you are aggrieved about. So if you are not really so familiar with how it works in the legal world, I think you should just keep your mouth shut rather than displaying ignorance on the space here. If people are aggrieved, they have a right to actually institute legal action. That's why the court is there. And if people are not comfortable with the way things have been handled because they've put in their money there, they have a right. There's an interest established. And they have a right to sue. And if they have to subpoena Deloitte as part of the production, they can do so very well to be able to establish if their interest has been aggrieved or not. I don't understand why people just think without any reason. I want to bet that if what was done or what is perceived to have been done to see what they did to Baye, you guys would do worse, right? Because you have an interest. So you cannot in any way determine how people should, express themselves or they should go about protecting their interests. You cannot in any way do so because it favors you. What's the meaning of being bitter? It's not about being bitter. If you were the one that put in money and time into something and you're not comfortable, you feel your interest was not properly represented, you have a right to air the view, to express it, and you have a right to take it up in court if you want to. And if it's a group of people, then it becomes a class action. What's your problem? Why are we Nigerians sometimes very stupid and always demonstrate ignorance in things like this? Honestly, with what you're doing, it will even aggravate people. Those that probably were not even interested in pursuing this thing would even aggravate them in doing so. I don't think you would like to see that at the end of the day, MultiChoice is being dragged, because I can tell you that if it gets to that point where it's looking that way, what they will try to do is to call for a remedial settlement between those that feel aggrieved in the class action. And that's a loss for MultiChoice, in case you don't understand. So please, if you are not interested in what is being discussed on the space, you have a right to leave the space, but not to insult those that are actually expressing their interest and feeling aggrieved about it. It's rather rude and very disrespectful. And I frankly speaking, I think it's just the height of stupidity and unruliness. Sorry, Panache.
Thank you. Wow. Deep.
All right, thank you. Before I go, I would like to ask, is it possible that a petition is also like, is it possible that we can actually start up a petition to be signed? The reason why I'm saying this is that because the company is an international firm, and I know that they hold their integrity high, right? So is it possible that we start to actually sign a petition towards this cause? Morale.
Moral has gone.
Oh,
Okay.
I still
So
see her.
I'm going to put the Showmax thing on the Jumbotron. So for those interested in following up, you can see Showmax direct response to me. All right. Today it might be CC or somebody else. Next time it might be the person you're supporting.
Right. Okay, since Amura is gone, but this is just what I had in mind when she was speaking. I think, is it possible that we can actually run the whole petition thing so people can sign it? Because I know that it's not just Spartans that see what happened or that what's going on. A lot of even the people making noise, they know, but they're just acting all blind because it favors whoever they're standing. And there was a guy that spoke earlier and he mentioned something about the jury. Now, because these people had to or move the way they did because the jury, people were really complaining because those juries didn't take out should I say persons that they wanted to take out twice.
Sorry,
Okay.
DIP, please, can I just say
They
something,
didn't take
please?
out.
Sorry, DIP, I just want to say
Okay.
something.
Go ahead.
So, Mr. Bakare, I just read that comment section and what you said that Ibuka normally would say. If that is what Ibuka says from what you've said, that it's independently computed and confirmed against the result from multi-choice. It's more grievous than that. It's more grievous than that because what indirectly Ibuka has said is that Deloitte is confirming that what multi-choice has published is the rightful result from what they've computed.
They use the word determined. So if I'm not even hearing that
Mr.
determined, I'm not
Bakare,
even
I don't know. If people have videos for it, it would be good to have it because what you said is exactly what Ebuka says
That's why I
verbatim.
was asking.
The vote
That's
count
why I
and
was
ranking
asking
of
if anybody has show marks.
contestants have been independently computed by Deloitte and confirmed against the vote result determined by Mnet. Confirmed against the result determined means that what they computed is the same result that Mnet determined is the same thing that they published out. If that's the case and what you're saying, and if what Mnet is publishing is different from what Deloitte has computed, then two parties, I think, can be found culpable in this matter. That's all I would say. If what you've said, Mr. Bakari, is what Ebuka normally said, and that's what he said, then what they've just basically said is that whatever it is multi-choice has put out, has published, is something that Deloitte also has guaranteed and confirmed to be the rightful result. Meaning that they've also used their credibility and their goodwill to confirm that what Mnet is publishing is what was computed. And if what was computed is different from what Mnet published, then Deloitte also will probably have some things to talk about.
But I heard the word determined yesterday.
You don't know what I'm saying. This is what Mr. Bakari said. Hold on. I can't find that message again. Where is it again? The vote count and ranking of contestants have been independently computed by Deloitte and confirmed against the vote result determined by Mnet. So your determined is still the essay. But what I'm saying is that in the context in which it has been read and what Ebuka is supposedly has said, is saying that Deloitte is confirming that what they computed is what Mnet actually is published. Do you understand? Because against the result determined,
that means even if they determined it,
and confirmed the use of the word confirmed
is confirming
an affirmation. Correct.
Yes,
exactly. It's an affirmation that the vote result determined by Mnet is in line or aligns with what they computed, and the vote that was. You understand? So it's the use of the name Deloitte to actually publicly assure people that there was transparency and everything was done right in a proper manner without any form of hanky-panky in it. Okay. So that's what I said, I think you should go, you should go look at what the video again or what Ebuka said. If it goes in line with what Mr. Bakare has written, right? And you have evidence to show that the results from Deloitte is different from what Mnet published. Aha, there's an action. There's something to a line of action there. I don't know if you guys understand me.
I understand. I do understand.
Yes, we do. Moral, I also asked about the petition. I don't know if you heard me. I was asking about.
Before you go, let me ask Moral. Moral, what
Okay.
oath of secrecy or something
Confidentiality
between and Deloitte?
There will be a confidential I mean, there is always confidential agreement, NDAs and all that. So it's even part of the contract that they sign. But when it comes to things like this, there's public interest in it. Because don't forget, it's not one party that is interested in this game. It's a whole lot of people interested and putting their money and time. It overrides it. Public interest overrides any personal one-on-one interest or contractual agreement.
Okay. Oh yeah, Deep, you can ask the question.
No, like I was making a suggestion. Like I wanted to know what Morale thinks about this. I'm like, how about, since we're talking about this, how about we put out a petition so people can sign? You know, when there's a petition, it shows that people are like serious about it.
Petition is not the same thing as an action. You can throw a petition.
Yeah.
Petition is not enforceable. It's just to draw the awareness of whoever it is, the powers that be, or those that actually in charge or in control, that okay, there's something and there's a grievance, right?
Yeah, like that's
but
where,
it's
that's
not
where
an
I'm
action.
actually coming
It's not
from.
as strong as an action. It's not enforceable.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Who is speaking next?
Fresh is back.
So can I go?
Fresh is back. Okay, Moral, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Fresh is back. Fresh.
All
See
right.
what you want.
Bye-bye.
Okay, guys.
Panache,
I want to say something. The show is over. Why don't you guys use the money for petition and just support CC and our businesses? Why waste money?
You are a very mad man. You are mad. What is your business with what Spartans want to use their money?
Hold on. Let you...
No, you will not finish. What's your business? Have you seen the Spartan coming to tell Bayi what she will use her fake 120 million to do? Have you ever seen it? I beg, say something else. If you have something else, get out.
Maybe this 3 inch 6 feet tall. I don't even know what it is. 3 feet 6